Alright, welcome to your StatKey tutorial video. We're going to be talking about how to find probabilities with the normal distribution. So I kind of went over this in the slides, but now you'll get to see it happen live. So we come down here to theoretical distributions. We want the normal. There are others, and we will use these, but for now, the only one we know about is the normal. So we click that. A normal distribution pops up, specifically a normal with a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. This is the z distribution. So if you're using z-scores, if that's what the question wants you to do, you're good. You don't need to edit your parameters at all. So for example, let's suppose that we want to find the probability that z is greater than 1.3. Greater than means I want something to the right, so I click on right tail. The numbers along the axis are the z's or the x's, depending on what your distribution is. So that's where I put the 1.3. I hit OK, and it tells me the probability. So the probability that z is greater than 1.3 is 0.097. What if, instead, I wanted to do it backwards? What if I was given a probability and I want to find the z-score? Well, let's say that we'll do the one from the example. I want to find a z-score such that the probability to the left of that is 0.025. Well, that's actually what it defaults to, which is convenient. So probability of 0.025 gives us a z-score of negative 1.96. What if instead of 0.025 I wanted 0.1? I can change that probability and it will give me an updated z-score. So that one would be negative 1.282. Like I said, remember these right now are z-scores because your mean is 0 and your standard deviation is 1. But we can change that. So we'll reset the plot. So we'll come over here, and now instead of working with z's, I just want to work straight with x's. So I'm going to say my x's have a mean of 580 and a standard deviation of 70. I want to find the probability that x is greater than 700, so greater than means to the right. Come down here, enter my x of 700, and that tells me that probability is 0.043. So I guess the biggest part of this to remember is this is your random variable, this is your probability. Also, just to highlight something, I told you that there's no between button on StatKey. There is not, so I'm not lying, I promise there isn't. If we click to tail, notice that it gives you these two over here. So it's giving you two probabilities. This is not quite what we want to deal with for the between situation, so just ignore that. We're going to do it the left-tailed way that we saw in the slides. It's just easier if we just focus on one way to do things. So that was a brief introduction to StatKey. Not a lot going on there. If you need more help on StatKey, email me, let me know. And like I said, if you know how to do this in your calculator or whatever, that is okay too.